asked you to leave, sir.
Yeah, so what I'm doing here?
No, what you're doing is I know what you're doing. You're doing your audits, right? That's what you're doing.
So you know about that?
Yeah, I know about it. I see it every day.
And you know you can't do nothing about it, and you're still trying to do something about it?
I don't care, sir.
He's a big heavy clown, too. Big fat ass clown. What do you mean?
Just please step out, sir. Sir, I'm asking you to step out. If you refuse to leave, I'll go ahead and call police.
You know,
and go ahead and have you escorted out.
Calm down, man. Why are you excited?
Well, you need to respect other people's rights.
No, I don't.
I told you again, I don't like to get recorded.
I don't need to respect nothing. Y'all look like a good couple, by the way. Y'all should like date each other.
Yeah.
Now you're being contradicted.
You've been in the AC all day and still sweating.
My fellow Americans. My fellow Americans.
My fellow Americans.
My fellow Americans.
My fellow Americans.
My fellow Americans.
My fellow Americans.
EA Nation.
It's in the game.
TTA. Let's see what he got. TTA audits. Public servants get completely on. We're just about to go with the first one we see and get to it. So it's the First Amendment audit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing a reaction to it. Shout out to Tyrant Terminator Audits. He's actually the first channel that I ever peeped of doing the audits, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, this dude knows what he's talking about, and I can tell he's one of us, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Tyrant Terminator Audits. The dude's hella funny, and he knows his shit, and he don't take no shit, you know what I'm saying? And if you go there with him, he gonna go there with you, you know what I mean? So, shout out to Tyrant Terminator Audits. Just doing a little reaction. Hope you and Trip probably do reactions to your content. I actually did a few. You actually inspired me to, go out and at least try it. You know what I mean? So I went out and did like 2 or 3 audits, and I mean we had some successful audits. We didn't really have anybody that, you know what I'm saying, gave us any issues. You know what I mean? The people were respectful, and they knew what we were doing. They knew we were there to, you know what I'm saying, exercise our First Amendment right, and not to, you know what I'm saying, try to look for any confrontation or anything. Not that we went out there looking. We were just making sure that everybody that was working there knew that they were educated. You know what I mean? So we about to react to one of Tyrant Terminator's latest videos. You know what I mean? Maybe I might get some more inspiration to get out there in the field and actually do it, because I know I got like an attitude, and I got like a, you know what I'm saying, not towards authority, but you know, we are kind of, you know what I'm saying, as black men got some kind of issue towards authority or whatever, you know what I mean? So I know my rights, and knowing my rights and being able to exercise those rights towards, you know what I'm saying, members of authority, you know what I'm saying, as you would say, knowing that I'm well within my rights and they can't do anything about it, you know, it's a good feeling, you know what I mean? And if they violate those rights, then, you know, that's a whole nother ball game. So we're about to go ahead and get into this little reaction video, Tyrant Terminator audits. Again, shout out to you, shout out to Tyrant Terminator Audits, you know what I'm saying? Hope you don't take no ill will of me doing any reactions to your videos, you know what I'm saying? Because, man, like I said, you inspired a whole bunch of people to really even get out here and try and attempt to do it, you know what I'm saying? And got a whole lot of people like educated on this stuff that had no idea about it. So again, shout out to you, man. Let's go ahead and get to it. Y'all like, comment, share, subscribe to the motherfucking channel. Let's get it.
Tyrant Terminator.
Hey, first off, before I even start the video, TTA, I used to love listening to the intros. He'd be like, TTA fan. He gonna say something like this. What's good, TTA family? You know what I'm saying? He gonna stretch it out like that. You know what I mean? He got his little dope intro that he puts every time. You know what I'm saying? Consistent with it, and that's the thing about this shit. You gotta be consistent with anything you do to get to wherever you're trying to go in life. You know what I'm saying? And he be like, we're just gonna go out today, and we're at the, you know what I'm saying, Rushville Town Hall, and we're just gonna see if they respect our right to record in public. let's go ahead and see. He's gonna say something along to that. I haven't watched a GTA video in a while. You know what I'm saying? I've been on, you know what I'm saying, goddamn, trying to figure out this streaming shit. I haven't really even been watching any other videos for like the last 2 months. I've been locked in on figuring out OBS, figuring out Logic Pro, you know what I'm saying, in real life. Like shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm a full-time dad, you know what I'm saying? So let's start there.
Out here in Edinburgh, Texas. And to see what we can see.
All right, here to do it.
It's kind of empty, y'all. Oh, look at this. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, it's not empty. All right. Got some documents up here.
Almost immediately, as soon as he got in that motherfucker, sir, no, sorry, you can't film me here. Please stop. Like, really? Get out of here. They don't even, they so misinformed and uneducated. You know what I'm saying? But watch, this nigga's about to educate him. He like, y'all not talking to me.
Sir,
What's going on?
you're not allowed to be filming here, sir.
Why not?
Why not? He can't give him an answer. He walks away. Like, what the fuck is that? He looked like one of those dudes that take his job way too serious.
Yo, I'm here.
So please go ahead and step outside, please.
What is that? That's not a statue in no law. That's just a sign.
Bro, I'm not gonna do it. Let's just get out, please.
All right, so let's start there, y'all. If you in a public place and it's a public place that's open to the public, that means you are allowed to record in public. Now they might have these signs up, you know what I mean, that say, hey, no photographs, no recording, no none of that. But that's just policy. You know what I'm saying? That's not a statute, like he said. That's not a law. You know what I'm saying? There's no statute or code of law beneath that stating, like, this is the law saying that you cannot do this in this area. That's just a fucking, you know what I'm saying, building policy. And policies don't, you know what I'm saying, trump law. Let's start there.
What do you mean?
Just please step out, sir. Sir, I'm asking you to step out.
I
If you
actually
refuse to leave, I'll go ahead and call police.
You know,
and go ahead and have you escorted out.
Calm down, man. Why are you excited?
Yo, this dude's hella funny. Hold on, I want to go to his original voice. I gotta hear his original voice because he's super funny. Normally I play this shit on like 1.25, but I gotta hear his full original voice because this dude's hella funny. He said, "Calm down, man. Why you excited?"
Just please step out, sir. Sir, I'm asking you to step out.
I
If
actually
you
got-
refuse to leave, I'll go ahead and call police.
You know,
and go ahead and have you escorted out.
Calm down, man. Why are you excited?
Just please.
You
I've
want-
been having a hard day. Just please step
Well, you
out.
want to have a dialogue real quick so you can understand my position?
You a what?
You want to have a dialogue so you can understand my
No, I
position?
don't have a dollar, sir.
I said dialogue, like a conversation, dialogue.
We can step outside and talk.
I don't even think this is TTA. It don't even sound like him.
Man, that'd be kind of like discrimination if I had to step
That's
outside or
not
something.
discrimination. Don't pull that on here.
To talk outside?
Yeah.
Why I can't talk right here?
Because right now you're recording.
Right.
You're not allowed to record here in the lobby. Okay?
Does it say that in the lobby?
Yeah.
Where did it say lobby at? No, I don't say it.
Sir, just go ahead and step out. All right.
So what I'm doing here?
Miss Cassie, go ahead and call the Edinburgh Police Department.
Okay. Well, you know, you still gotta let them know what I told you if you're gonna call them.
Just go ahead. I asked you to leave, sir.
Yeah. So what I'm doing here?
No, what you're
Is
doing is,
I'm-
I know what you're doing. You're doing your audits, right? That's what you're doing.
So you know about that?
Yeah, I know about it. I see it every day.
And you know you can't do nothing about it, and you still trying to do something about it?
I don't care, sir. I'm just asking.
So he just pretty much told on himself, like, I see it every day. Then if you see it every day, then you should know what the fuck is going on, dummy. You should know this dude's well within his rights to motherfucking goddamn record in public. He ain't bothering nobody. He just walked in, didn't say nothing to nobody, just went to hold his phone straight up to the walls, you know what I'm saying, recording and getting documentation of all the, you know what I'm saying, available documentation that's available to the public.
You leave, man. Like what you people do is you come here just agitate people and just, you know.
Why would a camera?
No, we don't do that. We don't pull up to to the place just to agitate people. We pull up to make sure that people are educated and informed. You know what I'm saying? To make sure people, not only the staff, to make sure they know their job. You know what I mean? But also the people in public, because you know what I'm saying, people in public, they be like, oh, don't record me, like you don't have the right to record me. Well, we're in public and you don't have the right to privacy in public. Let's start that.
Agitate you.
They're not agitating me. It doesn't bother me.
Why would it agitate you?
Clientele. It's doing it for my clientele. I'm doing it for my job as well.
But why would it agitate?
I'm basically asking you. Go ahead.
Well, no, you already said you called police. So
I
now,
mean, if you want to escalate it, that's on you, sir.
you already escalated.
I did. That's right. Because you didn't want to listen.
So now all I can do is wait for the police to get here because they're already been called.
That's fine.
So I'm not escalating. I'm just waiting.
Okay.
But you're
I already asked you several times to go ahead and leave.
so.
That's all you had to do was just go ahead. I didn't have to get
Come on.
in this conversation.
You
I
already-
don't want to get in this conversation with you. All you had to do was just leave. That's all you had to
Look,
do.
you are a commissioned security officer. You have no T-Core license.
No, I don't.
You do not enforce law.
No, I don't.
Hey, TTA family, I'm letting y'all know right now, man. Hey, this is TFA Audits, man. I'm telling you, man, this dude is on, hey, he gonna take over the game, man. Y'all just keep paying attention to him, the flash audits. Hey, this is his first visit, man. I'm gonna let the video rock out.
Well, that's TTA in the background. Shout out to TTA. And I guess we watching TFA. I don't know who TFA is, but shout out to you, TFA. TTA put me on game. I am EA. You know what I'm saying? Educating America. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, swear to God, my mama. You know what I'm saying? But y'all can also follow me on Demony and TTV and all that extra shit. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to TFA for the reaction video. You know what I'm saying? Hope you don't take no, you know what I'm saying, ill will towards me reacting to it. You know what I'm talking about? Let's start there. And again, shout out to TTA for the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, content.
But I want y'all to check it out, man, in its entirety. Let's leave that video. Check it out. I'm gonna let it rock out.
All you do is observe and record.
That's it.
That's it.
Exactly what I'm doing. I'm asking. This is my property, though. This is my property that I.
No, this is a contract.
Yes.
It's public, though.
Yeah, no.
It is public. It's
But you're
county.
not allowed to record here. So I'm asking you basically to leave, sir.
Where's the law?
I've asked you several times to go ahead and leave.
And I've already let you call the police. You already called the police.
So go wait for him outside, man.
Oh, no.
You don't even have to. You don't even have to. It's just look. At the end of the day, just leave, man.
You know what? I consider waiting outside if you have a grown man conversation with me.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? If you have a grown man conversation right here, I
I've been
can.
having a grown man conversation.
I haven't even got it.
Don't tell me if I'm not a grown man and stuff like that.
I didn't say that.
Like I said.
Well, stop being so you.
I doubt.
You did what?
Individuals like you that come in
Here?
Yes.
You're lying.
No.
You're lying.
No, it's not.
Where? When?
What? You want me to give you a record of it? Like, who are you to ask me about my job?
But you're asking me.
Who are you to ask?
But
me
you're
about my
asking me about my job.
job? What is your job?
I'm an investigative journalist.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see how I answered it? I didn't get mad like you, right?
That's fine. But you're not. I asked you. You're not allowed to record here, man. I've been asking nicely.
You didn't ask me nothing nice. You've been giving me directives.
Okay.
And I'm not hearing no directives. They're unlawful, they're unjust, and you have no authority over me. I'm not your subordinate. This is no law, there's no statute, there's no penal code, there's no what's the law?
You're not
What's the law?
supposed to record here, man. Every individual that comes in here, I let them know they're not allowed to be recording. They're not allowed to be taking photos of any kind.
So the last person who came, you called the police on them?
Yeah. Well, no, because they actually just listen to directive.
They're not auditors. Because auditors don't listen to directives.
Okay. That's
So
fine.
so you're wrong. You haven't had no auditors come here. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. You're dismissed, man. Since you don't want to have a cordial conversation, see, you never know how I could have went. I could have had a cordial conversation. I could have seen where you was at. Okay, well, shut up. Don't talk anymore. Just shut your mouth. Sit down, observe, and record my activity. You're a clown.
He said, we ain't got to talk no more. Shut your mouth. Let's start there.
He's a big heavy clown too. Big fat ass clown. Come see others? Gordo? Oh, no? Nah, man. But I'll make sure I won't get in their business though. But like the public documents on the walls and stuff, I'm gonna get the public documents on the walls and stuff like that. Okay, all right. You wild, bro. You know what's crazy?
You said you didn't want to talk to me, man.
No,
You want to talk to me? Now that you said you
I didn't say I didn't want to. I've been trying
You
to.
didn't want to talk to me.
'Cause
You
you-
want to talk to me, dude. That's kind of crazy. You sound crazy and I'm wild, so.
You are wild.
I mean, now you want to talk to me.
Your security can't even look a man face to face.
Now you want to talk to me?
Yeah.
That's the guy with the glasses on, man.
Yeah. It's hot out there. You been out there?
Yeah, I've been out there.
You got glasses on top of your head. You've been here all day.
I'm not wearing.
You've been here all day.
You say grown man, but
But
you
then-
say grown man, but yet you want to look
You-
me in the eyes though.
you
You're the
been-
one with glasses on.
You've been in the AC.
I'm just saying, man. Now you're being contradictory.
You've been in the AC all day and still sweating. All right. You probably ain't even been trained with the OC spray. You probably just.
Oh, I do.
You have? It's been sent in the DPS?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I mean, like, again, do I really need it for like this kind of job? No, not necessarily.
No, you don't.
I don't.
You don't.
Exactly, I don't.
Yeah, I agree. Just like you don't need to follow me around.
No, because at the end of the day, like I said, I don't need you recording people.
Let me ask you a question. Do you really think I'm wrong?
So what?
Do you really believe that I'm wrong?
If it's your job, that's fine, man. Be an agitator or do what you gotta do and stuff like that.
No, not agitator, I'm saying.
That's your job, man. But I'm also doing my job, making sure no one's supposed to hear recording. All right, I already showed you. You're not supposed to be recording anything in here. Not one bit.
What I'm asking
And
you.
you're saying that you're not recording people.
I didn't say that. 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 It's recorded. I didn't say that. I said I'm just going to go over here and get these documents. I never said I wasn't recording people.
Okay.
I'm recording everything I can see. Right. Right. Now my question to you is, do you believe? Yeah. Get the stepping. Yeah. That's what they do. They approach you and they look for a reason to walk off. What about that phone right there? It isn't red, man. What's that saying? So you want to talk, man? You want to talk?
So you want to take off your glasses, yeah? We'll talk to face to face.
That'll help you out? I'll take them off. That'll help you out?
I mean, you said you want to talk to me face to man, man to man. I mean,
Right, man
to man would take off.
Man to man doesn't mean face to face.
Okay.
Man to man means heart to heart. It means have a good understanding. That's what man to man means.
I'm ready for that, man.
Okay, so here's the deal. When the police get here, if you find out that that sign cannot stop me from recording, will you apologize?
Well, I apologize to you.
No. I'm gonna give you a question. If you find out that that sign has no authority, will you at least be man enough to apologize?
To you?
When the police come and say,
No. Like, I don't even have to wait for the police to come. If you want me to apologize to you, sure.
No.
Make you feel better.
It's not about apologizing, it's about being corrected. See, the police job is to correct the atmosphere. So when they get here and you show them that sign, and then they tell you, I know your name, but no security, we can't enforce that. He has a right to record here. Then how would you feel? Would you feel like the police lying also? You're not answering direct questions.
Let the officers come and let them handle the business.
You're not answering questions.
What questions are you going to ask?
My question is, when the police get here, see, I'm turning now. When you find out, when the police get here and tell you he has a right to record, will you still feel like you are right to?
At the end of the day, like I said, I'm just doing my job.
Which is
Let
what?
individuals know, right? That I'm not allowed to record in here.
And to call the police?
I mean, if they're not listening to directive and they refuse to leave.
See, brother,
Like I said, this is not my first time.
It is your first time.
It's not my first time.
With an auditor, it is.
It's not my first time asking individuals to leave the property.
That's different.
First time with an auditor? Sure,
Yeah.
if that's what you want to believe.
I respect you to tell the truth, but if you can't be man enough to tell the truth, you can't learn
I'm telling
nothing.
you the truth, man.
You said if that's what I want to believe. I'm asking you a direct question. If I'm the first time you dealt with an auditor, like, you know what?
No, it's not my first time dealing with an auditor, man.
And you made an auditor left just because you asked him? That wasn't an auditor.
I guess not.
Okay. An auditor uploads their content and publishes it, first of all. Why do you think that we don't run when y'all call the police? Because we know our rights, man. It ain't to be an
That's great, man. I mean, again, everyone should know their rights, man.
Except you.
I'm not trying to take away your rights from you. I'm just asking you not to record you, man.
which is a right.
No, it's not. Because, look, at the end of the day, I was given directives, not letting anyone record, using voice recordings, once in one bit.
Your security company didn't tell you that.
Yeah, they did.
No, they did not. But come on, bro. I done security here. That's what you don't know.
You did security here?
Yes.
Wow.
And they don't tell us that with the security company. But I'm gonna tell you who does tell us that. The employees, they ask us to enforce certain things. But the actual owners of the companies and I don't know if you guys got FTOs, field training officers, they don't tell us that. You know that. See, but you fail to realize you're talking to a brother. Someone who holds an actual commission license. A brother. Someone who holds a commission license. We're brothers. Yeah, we're in the same profession. That's how police talk to each other. They say brothers. You don't know that, I guess. You're independent. You're like a wanderer, I guess. Yeah, man, you're so hostile. Your demeanor is all crazy. What's your name? Let's see if you're hostile. What's your name? George Cordova.
Cordova.
With an H? What is it?
Cordova.
Oh, okay. Well, George, man, I'm sorry you don't know our rights, man. I'm sorry. Hernandez, ¿qué onda? What's up? They call you because of me, man.
Okay.
Let
me go make contact with the reporting coordinator. I don't know what's going on, so let me just try to figure it out. Are you getting some services here or no?
I do two things. I get services after I'm done documenting my visit.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. The staff is telling me that you can't record here. There's already. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
There's already a sign here. So it's just helping, correct?
So I'm assuming you're new. How long you been an officer?
I'm not trying to get
I'm not either. I'm asking direct questions. If you're going to avoid the direct questions and give me directives, it's not going to go well. The question is, you said you was going to go talk to them and come talk to me. You came back to let me know what they're saying. I already know what they're saying because I'm here. Now you should ask me what I'm doing so I can tell you.
Go ahead.
I'm here to document my visit. First portion of my visit is to document the public documents and things I can see. Second part of my visit is to do a FOIA request, Freedom of Information Act request, which I can do at this entity. I don't have to go anywhere else. It's their responsibility to forward it to their information officer, public information officer. The gentleman has a problem with me recording in the public lobby. It's already been declared that in the public accessible areas, the First Amendment pertains to this area. I'm not making any efforts to go into any restricted or public areas. I mean, private areas.
Just your documenting your experience here?
Yep, my visit. That's what the gentleman has a problem with. Now, he pointed me to a sign. That sign is not penal code. That sign is not CFR, federal law.
That's how you're supposed to talk to the police when they pull up on you, and the police, they done called the police, and that's exactly what you're supposed to say. So we're gonna go back and listen to what he said. You know what I'm saying?
I'm assuming you're new. How long you been the officer?
I'm not trying to do it.
I'm not either. I'm asking direct questions. If you're going to avoid the direct questions and give me directives, it's not going to go well. The question is, you said you was going to go talk to them and come talk to me. You came back to let me know what they're saying. I already know what they're saying because I'm here. Now you should ask me what I'm doing so I can tell you.
Go ahead.
I'm here to document my visit. First portion of my visit is to document the public documents and things I can see.
Yeah, that's the first order of business, is to come in here and document everything that's publicly available that I can see, because my camera can document anything that my eyes can see.
Second part of my visit is to do a FOIA request, Freedom of Information Act request, which I can do at this entity. I don't have to go anywhere else. It's their responsibility to forward it to their information officer, public information.
Yeah, because when you do that, think about, oh, you can just do that online. Yeah, I can do it online, but I can do it here too. Let's start there.
Officer. The gentleman has a problem with me recording in the public lobby. It's already been declared that in the public accessible areas, the First Amendment pertains to this area. I'm not making any efforts to go into any restricted or public areas. I mean, private areas.
Just your documenting your experience here?
Yep, my visit. That's what the gentleman has a problem with. Now, he pointed me to a sign. That sign is not penal code. That sign is not CFR, federal law. That sign is nothing. It's just a courtesy. Just if you say no sunglasses, that's a courtesy. You can't enforce that. You can only enforce law. Policy is not law. It doesn't have the color of law, and it's neither enforceable as law. And I'm just recording the public accessible areas. That's it.
You didn't make contact with anybody?
Nobody. Nope.
Okay. All right.
So
okay, if I can just get your name and date of birth?
No, of course not. Come on, man.
The only reason why I asked, right, is just so I could document who I made contact with. That way, if we get a call or the supervisor asks me, hey, what happened out there, I can tell him what happened.
Well, you could tell him the flash audit showed up. Okay, the flash audit showed up to continue his First Amendment activity. And if I give you my name and date of birth, then you might go run me through AIS, NCIS, all that stuff. Yeah. And man, hopefully you got your education, man.
But you guys would have to, say that you guys don't want it.
Officer, and you can't trespass a member of public during business hours from a public entity. I'm a member of the public. This is a public entity. You cannot trespass a member from a public entity minus a crime.
Right. So he hasn't done anything.
So they'll try to get you, the actual staff will try to be like, oh, we don't want him in here. We want him trespassed from the building. But you can't trespass me from the building. I'm not committing a crime. I'm exercising a constitutionally protected act. You know what I'm saying? Which is exercising my freedom of speech and exercising the freedom of press to record in public. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I think he's at, I don't know, they're like a SRS or a town hall or some shit. I don't know exactly where they said they was walking into. But he's fully within his rights to do what he's doing. You know what I mean? So they have no right to trespass him from the building.
That's not a crime. I can. Yep.
I'll call my supervisor.
Yeah. By this being state agency, it's tax funded, which means it's public. If you're saying the lobby is not public, then you're saying no one can be in here at all.
We're saying you can't record for that purpose, for any purpose. You're not allowed to record.
Right.
And in here, but you can't record.
That's where you have a misunderstanding of. So I'm here to make sure everyone get educated. So when he called his sergeant, and if his sergeant needs to call his chief or assistant chief to get further clarification, what you guys want to find out is as long as I'm in the publicly accessible areas, I have a right to do this. My job is to educate the public and to handle my business.
You can't be recording in here. I mean, like I said, it is in here. You're allowed to be in here.
He's not doing anything wrong. right? There's a difference between this being disruptive to the peace as opposed to just, I'm recording right now, so everything's being documented.
Right. All right, so the officer gonna call his sergeant. Officer?
Yeah.
Is he talking to the sergeant or who?
Yes.
Sergeant?
With shift supervisor.
Shifts, okay. Dropbox. Yeah.
Uneducated cop gotta call his sergeant to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that this dude's well within his rights to do what he's doing. So he's not educated, but he's about to get educated, so.
That's for my voice. And this time, they couldn't give me
But is he an employee? He works here?
You can ask. You work here? Do you work here?
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so just talking to Sergeant. Yeah, pretty much we're not gonna get involved in this situation, right? As long as you're not causing a disturbance here, you're not violating any criminal stuff.
Penal codes?
Yeah, we can't really do anything about it, right? I mean, unfortunately, they do have rules. They may not agree with it, but we don't have a way of enforcing anything, right? It's up to them on how they want to deal with it. If they want to tell you to leave and not refuse your service, then that's up to you. And you can talk with the management or whoever, make your complaint that way. Other than that, we're not going to enforce anything as far as the video and all that. But yeah, he just, you know. So pretty much that's all we're going to do, right? I'll just get your name just to clarify I spoke with you.
Oh, well, you can. I'll give you what I'm known as. As far as my name, I'm not going to surrender the Fourth Amendment. Okay. I'm known as the Flash Audits.
Okay.
Yep.
You're closing is it like a 503?
I'm an investigative journalist.
No, but like, is it a YouTube or something?
Well, I gather content and I disseminate it to the public about employee conduct.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Let's see which. Okay, sir. Yeah,
all right. We'll do sure to make sure they respect the First Amendment.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess you're saying they're already gonna close, right?
Yeah, they close in 5 minutes. When they close, I'll be out of here anyway. Yeah. Hold on. What time is it?
503.
It's 5:03. Oh, you guys close. All right. Hopefully you guys got education. Thank you. I'll be back here tomorrow to do a FOIA request. All right. There we go, man. You're welcome. Yeah, it closed already, ladies and gentlemen. You know, these officers. Hey, you guys did a great job, by the way. Yeah. Hey, matter of fact, you guys got a CAD number? The call for service number? Yeah. Yeah, they closed. It's 5:03. They closed at 5. As you guys can see, they did not make me leave. They did not try to enforce anyone's feelings or anything like that. All they did was went in there and told them people, hey, we cannot do nothing. We're not going to get in this. We're not going to get involved in this. And that's what happened, you know. They didn't want to get involved in that, you know. So, rightfully so. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't want to get involved in trying to step on somebody's constitutional rights, you know.
Exactly. That's what a lot of people don't know. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that work for the public don't know about citizens, you know what I'm saying, constitutionally protected activities, you know what I'm saying, that are protected by the Constitution. You know what I mean? They don't know that we can walk in their job, you know what I'm saying, and record everything on the wall and record anything that my eyes can see. That's within public, you know what I'm saying, walking distance or walking area, you know what I'm saying, not in any private areas. You know what I mean? They probably don't know that if I really wanted to, I could FOIA request your name, your title, you know what I'm saying, how much you make, how much vacation time you got. Hold on, let's start there. If I really wanted to get into it, let's start there. I can FOIA request your name, your title, your position that you work in, how much you get paid a year, how much vacation time you got, how many times you've been written up or documented. Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't know. And that's just the staff workers. A lot of citizens don't know that either. Because like I said before, a lot of citizens, they be in public, they be like, oh, get the camera out of my face. You don't have the right to record me. Well, you don't have the right to privacy in public. Bitch.
Hey, I got a question, bro. What do you think it is, like, hypothetically speaking, in terms of public entities not realizing that you can't start recording in a public place?
I don't know. It's when you go to malls, right? Whenever we go to malls, we're all saying,
Yeah.
we're there to investigate what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened before when we're at a park.
Oh, that's another place, a park, yep.
We're at a park and there's somebody recording, and then I don't know why people just feel alarmed, and then they call us.
Yeah.
That's what.
Was this the first time y'all been called, like, here?
Specifically here, me?
Yeah.
I've been here before, but
Yeah.
last time I got a call, this is very, very similar.
Similar?
But this guy was actually causing a disturbance with the staff. He like said something threatening to them.
Oh, yeah.
And he barricaded himself inside the room, so I had to come.
Oh, wow.
Security guard had a gun, so he's like, hey, I feel threatened.
Right.
I just need security guard to pull him out, and actually, that's all it was, right?
Yeah.
But I guess he kind of was recording too, so
Okay.
kind of, I don't know if he was doing any audio or anything like that.
Yeah. Man, I tried to tell the security. As soon as I walked in, he jumped up. Nope, we're not going to have it. I'm like, whoa, you want to...
Working right on, it's up to them. Like I said, we're just trying to make sure. Obviously, number one, keep the peace, right?
But see,
whenever a call comes up and we're dispatched, there is a case number generated attached to that because we responded.
Right.
So you have that in the front, you have my name and badge number, and on the back you have the time when it was called in.
All right.
Okay.
Appreciate it, man. You guys did a good job. Man, give us some that, man.
Yeah, these are some cool cops. You know what I'm saying? Granted, he didn't know, but he did the right thing. He went out there, got on the phone with some people, his boss, his sergeant, most likely. You know, said, "Hey, this is what's going on. I think this is what I'm supposed to do. Am I correct? Yes, you are correct. He's good to go." You know what I mean? These are some good cops that did their job and handled this situation in the correct way. There would be a lot of ego-driven, pride-driven. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's in my room. But a lot of egotistical, prideful-driven, goddamn tyrants. You know what I'm saying? Will immediately just come and just automatically being aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the first guy was that works there. A lot of you know what I'm saying, officers will come being super aggressive just for no reason, just because they're not educated of the First Amendment. You know what I mean?
Good job. You did that. All right. Yeah, man. Them guys did a good job, man. We gotta give props to where it's due.
Yeah. Shout out to those cops. We need more cops like that.
You know, you gotta give props to where it's due, man. They did a good job. So when they do good jobs like that, you know, and
we was about to resubscribe to, but why?
Everybody got a good old education today, right? You know, so they were educated. They were told that they couldn't do what they thought they were going to do, which is they thought that they were going to get me trespassed. I ain't gonna lie, you know, while I'm sitting here saying that these police did a good job, you know, at first the other police, he was trying to solicit a trespass. I had to walk over there and correct the temperature, and I had to walk over there and assert the full dynamics of what he thought he could do and correct that angle and misinformation that he was giving. Now, I don't know if he was giving that on purpose or accidental based on his fundamental or what he thought, but hey, at the end of the day, I went over there to correct that, you know. I didn't want him to mislead them people into a lawsuit, you know. And at the end of the day, you good? I told you, bro. You don't apologize? Cocky?
Yeah, you are cocky about it.
Look, man. Okay, look, my name is Flash. I'm gonna try to talk to you like civilized. My name is Flash. The reason why I'm cocky is because if you was in here when I walked in here, right? So the first thing he do is jump up and say no. If he would have jumped up and had a cordial conversation, I wouldn't be this cocky.
Yeah, but you know, there are people out here that are trying to get services. You don't need to be all riled up and...
I was when I walked in.
And everything. But why are you recording? People don't like to be recorded. I don't like to be recorded. I'm talking to you simple. Like, it's embarrassing for us Black and Hispanic cultures. It's already war as it is, and you're causing more chaos.
Why is there war?
It's not embarrassing. It's actually dope that another Black American is, you know, educating his First Amendment, because a lot of Black Americans don't know anything about their First Amendment and don't know that they can go do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Not they're like, oh, let me just pull my phone out in the SRS office or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But shit, you know, content is content, yo.
Come on.
I don't know.
Why are you coming over here making a scene?
Because I'm an investigator. Wait, I walked in quietly.
It doesn't matter. You're just making a scene. You made a scene.
By quietly?
You did not. We're in there with self-control. You were in there making a scene.
I didn't walk in quietly.
But you made a scene.
You want to see it?
I mean, you made a scene off of it.
I walked in quiet though, right?
But you made a scene off of it.
You're not answering questions.
You didn't walk in quietly because you think you're above the authority or something walking in there with cameras. You don't need to. You made a scene.
The gentleman was misinformed. Look, I didn't tell him to call police. He called police.
Well, you need to respect other people's rights.
No, I
I
don't.
told you again, I don't like to get recorded.
I don't need to respect nothing. Y'all look like a good couple, by the way. Y'all should like date each other.
Yeah.
Okay, Oakland. Hey, you said you were gonna apologize, right? If you wouldn't have came to the camera, I would have naturally blurred you guys in the video. Yeah. But so anybody who like comes directly to me, they activate themselves to be, you know. Yeah. So let me ask you guys questions. Y'all kind of calm. Y'all were here when you was here when I came in, right?
No, we just got here and I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you wasn't here?
No, we just pulled up and...
Okay, let me ask you a different question. Are you guys aware of what a public building is? Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah, this one?
Give me an example of a public building.
A library.
I mean, a library is public. The WIC office is public. The police department is public. City Hall, public. Human Health Department is public. Any place where it's funded by the tax dollars, it's public. Now, what does that mean? Because I'm teaching you guys your rights. See, the gentlemen don't understand. And so what I'm doing is I'm showing people that when you go inside these public places, they mislead you and they make you think you can't take your cell phone out. They make you think you can't record. So they put this authority over you, and it's bad because the public, they don't know their rights. They're thinking, oh, they said I can't do this, so I can't do this. And so what that does to you, it makes you smaller than them. It scares you, it makes you smaller, yeah, and you're not scared on purpose. You're scared because you think what they're saying is correct, right? And they're incorrect. And so normally what I would have did, like when I walked in, I was quiet. I walked in, I didn't talk to nobody. I walked in, I went straight to the wall. I walk in, I go straight to the public documents on the wall. I don't go to people sitting down. I don't get in people's faces. I don't do that, no. I go straight to the wall and I record the public documents. And always, most of the time, somebody approaches me from behind or from the side, like he did. And I said, what's going on? And I turned the camera towards him. And he said, yeah, you can't record in here. I said, why not? I understand that he doesn't know the law. And I want you guys to know something. Just because it's security, it's absolutely no training required to be security for law. To become a security officer, you go, depending on what company. Some companies don't even have a test, but some companies have a test. It's like 30 questions. And then you pass that test, and they run your background, you get a license. Real easy. There's nothing like about the Constitution. There's nothing about the penal codes. There's nothing about the law. So when you see security, you guys got to understand that they're just there to kind of like a hall monitor for school, right?
The flash audits. Yeah, shout out to the flash audits, you know what I'm saying? That was a dope one. Dope little audit video. Definitely educated that security officer because he had no idea. As soon as you walked in, he immediately was on your ass, you know what I'm saying? But you quickly and swiftly, you know what I'm saying, made sure that he was educated as soon as that police got there, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to TFA Audits. I'm about to probably watch some more of your shit too. Hopefully you don't got a problem with me reacting to it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna shout you out, everyone, and I ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a YouTuber just starting, you know what I'm saying? So, but hopefully the more exposure you get, god damn. Y'all heard that? Shit. But yeah, shout out to TFA Audits, you know what I'm saying? The more exposure is the better exposure, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking shit on you or I'm not down in your content or nothing like that because I appreciate all this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I said about TTA Audits, you know what I'm saying? You know, he got me into this shit and gave me the motherfucking courage and inspiration and motivation to even go out there and do it myself, you know what I'm saying? But I just been locked in on trying to figure out this streaming shit and trying to figure out this software shit with Logic. So, you know what I'm saying, I can give y'all some content on my own that I like to deliver and that I love, you know what I'm saying? I love to talk about what's going on in hip-hop and sports, and I like to record music and, you know what I'm saying, edit music and videos and all that stuff. That's what my passion is, you know what I'm saying? But I still feel like I can go out there in the field and do an audit too, so I might have to get out there, but I wanna stay tapped in with the audits and do some reactions, you know what I'm saying? So I hope nobody has an issue with me doing reactions to y'all videos. If y'all do have an issue with me doing reaction to y'all videos, can y'all please not strike me? Can y'all please just, you know what I'm saying, just send me a message like, yo, first warning, take it down. If I see anything else, I'm striking. You know what I'm saying? Please don't strike me. I ain't trying to get no strikes. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, just ride the wave. Pause.
Pause.
You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to TTA, shout out to TFA, the Flash Audits. This is Educating America. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tap in, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. We Educating America with this First Amendment shit. You know what I'm saying? First Amendment right to record in public. First Amendment right of freedom of speech, freedom of press. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, because that's what a lot of people don't know. Till the next one, y'all. We out.
My fellow Americans. My fellow Americans.
My fellow Americans.
My fellow Americans.
My fellow Americans.
My fellow Americans.
My fellow Americans.
EA Nation. It's in the game.